So here at Fayette Lodge No. 69, we wanted to try to do some investigation and some research, and we had partnered with PPEC, which is Perceived Paranormal East Coast. We saw that they have a mission statement that they like to humanize the grave, and they would like to try to interact with past participants, spirits, anyone who might inhabit a space. And so we thought, because the building is so old and because we have such a rich history, that perhaps bringing them in might be worthwhile and advantageous, and if nothing else, entertaining. So we did that, and I can say my expectations were I was gonna get spooked. I was gonna be terrified and scared. While that did happen, we also learned a lot of fun things. I got to learn so much about what their process is, their methodologies, and as well as just looking back into more of the history of the building and the lifespan that the structure and the domicile itself has had. But I've gained so much from the experience, and I'm so happy that we did bring them in, and I would only encourage anyone who is a member of a lodge or any other organization that might have a historical or older building to perhaps maybe embark on doing a similar experience for what you might be able to reap out of it.
Fayette Lodge 69 was chartered in 1825, with Horatio Arnold Hamilton serving as its first worshipful master. The lodge takes its name in honor of Marquis de Lafayette, known as the Hero of Two Worlds, a major general of the American Revolution, and a fellow Freemason whose legacy of service and brotherhood helped shape a nation. Over the course of more than 2 centuries, Fayette Lodge has called 10 different locations home, beginning in Captain Morgan's Tavern, where its earliest meetings were held. Its current home carries a history all its own. Built around 1850, the structure originally served as a humble feed and grain store, long before it became a place of gathering and reflection. In the mid to late 1800s, the building was purchased by the Swiss Apostolic Church, transforming it into both a house of worship and a school, where generations would come together in faith and learning. Tragedy struck in the late 1800s when a fire destroyed the original structure. Yet from those ashes, the building was rebuilt upon its original foundation, the very one that still stands today.
With such a layered past, serving as a store, a church, a school, and now a Masonic lodge, the question becomes, what energy still lingers within these walls? The team at Perceived Paranormal had the unique opportunity not only to investigate this historic space, but also to sit down with the current members of the lodge. Through both the investigation and in-depth conversations with active Masons, the team gained more than just potential paranormal evidence. They walked away with a deeper understanding of what it truly means to be a Mason, seen through the lens of the brothers who live it every day.
I think in general, there's a lot of things in this big wide world that we don't know and don't understand. And I'm really interested in finding out more about those. In terms of, us being made of matter and made of energy, and neither of those things can really be created or destroyed. They just kind of change form. So while I don't know if there's ghosts, I don't know if there's spirits, I don't know if they're here, but I'm interested to find out. I'd love to learn more about the process. I think it's interesting. I think it's a whole kind of art and a science that I know nothing about, and I think that's fascinating. And then purely selfishly, I'd love to see something that just kind of proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that, hey, there's a little more out there than we know about.
anything in here?
The flashlight just turned on?
Thank you! Can you turn that off? Are you recording?
Yeah.
Is it getting it though?
Yeah.
Thank you for turning that on. Good job. Can you do that again? How about you twist it the other way?
Melt.
Melt.
There was a fire here, right?
Is there a reason you're still here? Is there a reason you're still here?
Great job. That's awesome. I knew you were trying to go for it. I could
Tell by the way you were. Yep.
Can you turn it the other way? Turn it back off for me.
Yep. Great job. Can you turn it up all the way? Oops, sorry about that.
Good job.
If you turn it to the right, it'll go all the way up and be extra bright. If you turn it to the left, it'll turn it down. So feel free to get to know it, how to use it, play around with it. We put it down there for you to use. Yep. Can you turn it all the way off?
Keep going. Okay, you're close. You're close. If we're speaking with a child, can you maybe make that light go? Can you turn all the lights on? Or maybe touch one of those cat balls for me? Those are those little clear balls. I see you're doing the green light. Thank you.
Great job. Can you make the lights dance for us? Make the different lights come on?
Yep, get closer. Closer. Yay!
Great job.
You figured out the
flashlight.
Look at you turned it all the way up.
Good job. All
Yep.
right.
I had read somewhere that when they do sermons in that church, sometimes they just open the book and wherever it opens to, they just do the sermon off of that. So I was seeing maybe what would happen if we tried that.
Did you put the bookmark here, or did you lay it down after it opened?
I laid it down after I opened it.
Interesting.
Because it was on I think the third title page.
That was actually, yeah, I was going to open it to Psalm 133 anyway.
That is
Yeah,
very
that's-
strange. I was going to say, well, yeah, you were in here with me when I opened it.
I just opened it up and put it down and was like, hey, if you'd like to read this, feel free to read it. And then once I put the flashlight on it, I could see that it was Psalms, and I was like, well, it opened to Psalms, so that's me, yep. So I don't know if you remember us, we were in here before. If you get nice and close to that box that's in the chair, you can make it light up.
I don't know why it doesn't let me. There we go. You want to try reading it?
Sure.
Are you able to see?
Yeah, thank you.
If not, just hit one of those buttons. It'll.
That's fair. I'll be able to see with the red.
May
Our
not be
friend
able to see
Cody's
that.
going to read a passage for you from the Bible.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head, that runneth down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down.
Just texting him real
Take
quick.
it off airplane mode.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. It's spiking without it, so.
Just want to make sure before I do. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Keep going. All the way to red. Get closer and closer and closer.
Yep, keep going.
If you remember how to make these work, you make them cross to say yes. Can you make them cross?
I swear I heard a woman's voice up there too. Did you guys feel like you heard a woman up there too?
I heard the woman's voice, and then right after that is when we started the Xbox, and then we had that woman's voice come through. Hey, you like, hey guys, or something like that.
I thought.
A couple from like a year ago. Oh.
Well, you moved a little bit. Away across, so.
I'll see if I can recreate it.
Yeah, it was on the right, and then turned over.
No, that was sitting on top. I think it wasn't right.
You might have said you were in the office, or are you there now? Are you here in the office?
Dan can hear you with that tool he has in his hand. Can you speak really loudly into it?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. Okay. Good job. Thank you for using that. So that's called the REM pod?
People something, it's the second time, right after. People and then people, but then they're breaking up.
So that REM pod that you just went up to and made light up, can you do that again? Can you get nice and close to it? It'll go off. It won't hurt you. It just lets us know that you're here.
Hey.
Can you try going up to Dan? I don't know if you're like me, but I like to play jokes on my husband. Maybe we could play a little prank on him together. Are there any kids that like to play jokes? Maybe go up and tickle his beard?
Yes, female voice.
Okay. Let's play.
You kids hiding in the back row? You play hide and seek back here?
Can you go up and just tickle his beard for me?
Keep hearing what sounds like the name Steve coming through.
Here. See how I can make all those different lights come on? Yep.
Why? So, I'm putting this up right here. This is. You're welcome. So, close the whole lid until we.
Would you like Alyssa to start playing again? Can you take a step away from that while she's playing? So we can all listen?
And so Dan, I was hoping if you could just encapsulate a little bit of, your methods, the experience, and what you prepare or might do when you interact at a certain space.
My name's Dan Pollock. I'm one half of Perceived Paranormal East Coast. Fayette Lodge was nice enough to have us in to investigate the lodge, and we really like to approach our investigations in a humanizing manner. We like to come in, we like to figure out whether or not, or who we're connecting with, whether or not we're connecting with individuals who may have been part of the lodge here, maybe a part of what the church used, the church that used to be here, as well as it could be loved ones or just residual energy that's stuck in the area. So what we like to do is we like to layer our evidence. We have different instruments, different tools that we use that allow us to layer that evidence, and that allows us to get a good idea of who we're communicating with, what they might be looking for. We like to really stick to our motto, which is humanizing the grave. So we like to treat them with respect, and we try to help them as much as possible. I definitely think this place has energies here, some intelligent, some I think are more residual. I think we've definitely communicated and connected with past brothers who may have attended lodge here, may have just been passing through, as well as members of the Apostolic Church.
And now I'm sitting here with Alyssa Skews, the other co-founding and co-contributing member of PPEC. Alyssa, thank you again for all your time and efforts and contributions with the investigation here at Fayette Lodge number 69. So now, the most important question. What was your experience? What do you think the outcome was? What were some of your findings?
So overall, this has been a great positive experience. This was our first time interacting and working with a Masonic Lodge, so thank you for giving us that opportunity. Ray was gracious enough to let us in the building multiple times, which I think is really important. If you're going to do a thorough investigation, you may not get evidence one time where you may another. Again, we've always talked about layering evidence so that it gives a level of credibility to what we're sharing. I think our findings overall were less than I was expecting. I think there's a lot of glorifying of lodges, and you see that online a lot, of there being a lot of activity, and I think it was a great opportunity for both of us to kind of learn how are we going to work together and cohesively have you work with the spirits and the energy within this space in a way that works for everyone. And I think that goes back to the humanizing the grave part, is just realizing that these were folks just like yourself that had lives and families and loved ones. And I think that though we got some evidence and maybe didn't get as much as I was anticipating, I think that that's a good thing. I think it shows that you have created a space where these spirits can work with you, live with you, and y'all can be together in the same space and have a nice kind of harmonious experience with one another. And I think overall, I was just really impressed with your approach joining us and being a part of the process. And it definitely contributed to the interactions that we did have. And we have a lot of residual. We had a lot of intelligence. It was a nice mix of both.